Hey guys, I've had some requests for a 60-minute Powerflow class, so that's what we're going to do today. It's real life. As I said, the last video, there's a 1,000-piece Lego set here. We're all just kind of doing the best we can with the current situation with the pandemic. So we're just going to pretend that everything's perfect. There's not a mess over here. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's start out in child's pose. Taking the knees wide, toes touching if it's comfortable for you. Take a moment to settle in, see how you're feeling. I always say your yoga practice will meet you exactly where you are. So no matter where you are physically, mentally, emotionally, your yoga practice is going to meet you right there. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up, hot out. Again, deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up, hot out. If you'd like to use Ujjayi breath during your practice, go ahead and press those lips together, breathing in and out of the nose, letting the breath scrape against the back of the throat. If it's in your practice to set an intention, go ahead and do so right here. Maybe dedicate your practice to someone or send good thoughts someone's way. Slowly begin to make your child's pose more of an active child's pose. Pick the elbows up off the mat. Walk your fingertips forward. You can make tips with the fingers. And then slowly begin to walk your hands over to the right of the mat. Feeling that left side body stretch. Maybe the left hand stacks on top of the right, maybe not. You may need to show yourself just a little bit of grace right here. So anchor the left hip down, melt your chest toward the mat. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Slowly begin to walk your hands back to center and then over to the left of the mat. Maybe this time right hand stacks on top of left. Anchor the right hip down, melt your chest toward the mat. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Begin to walk your hands back to center. And then push yourself up to a neutral tabletop position, stacking your wrists under your shoulders, knees are under hips. If you have tender knees, you could always tuck the toes under. Let's go through a couple rounds of cat and cow. On your inhale, drop the belly, head comes up, spread your collarbones wide. On your exhales, head comes down, back is rounded, you're pushing away from the mat. Inhale up, exhale down. So begin to move at your own pace with your breath. Maybe you keep your eyes closed, make this more of a moving meditation. When you're ready, begin to take a little extra movement. So I like to circle my hips. You can shift back to child's pose. You can shift forward for a little back bend here. Turn the fingertips around. There's tons of options. Just take exactly what you need. Slowly beginning to work your way back to that tabletop position. Turn the fingertips back around. Heading into puppy pose. So begin to walk your hands forward, bringing your chest to the mat. Forehead comes all the way down to the mat. Try to keep the hips lined up over the knees. Send the breath anywhere you feel a little bit of tightness. Pull your belly button toward your spine. If you need a little bit more, maybe the chin comes down to the mat. pretty intense stretch, so if you need to back out at any time, no worries. Slowly begin to press weight into your hands, walking your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the class, so let it be messy. Walk the dog, dip the hips. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then work your way back towards stillness. Melt your heels toward the mat. Inverted V posture. Gazes up at the belly if it doesn't hurt the neck. Spiral your armpits toward your heart. Take the right hand, reach for the outside of the left leg, anywhere between the knee and the ankle. Gaze under the left shoulder. Pull your belly up and in. Exhale, right hand plants. Take the left hand to the outside of the right leg. Gaze under the right shoulder, pulling your belly button toward your spine. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale, high on the tiptoes. Pull your belly up and in, and slowly tiptoe the feet to meet the hands. Ragdoll. Feet are inner hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. Rock side to side. Your belly is your brake here. Pull the belly up and in. Release the elbows. Interlace your hands behind you. Send your knuckles toward the ceiling. Bend the knees to protect the low back. Release your hands back to the mat. Heel to the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Flat back. Plug your shoulders back. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Hands come to the shins. Shift the weight forward to the balls of the feet slightly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Hands come together. Drop your shoulders down out of your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, high plank. First high plank, puff up between the shoulder blades. Energy shooting out of your heels. Pull your belly button toward your spine. So your gaze is toward the front of the mat. Don't look directly down. Shift the weight forward on your exhale, chaturanga. Pull the elbows in tight. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands. Travel top of the mat. You can tiptoe, maybe you hop. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. All the way up. Exhale, all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Again, step back, high plank. Shift the weight forward on your exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands, travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, pour it out. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, maybe begin to jump back. Move through that vinyasa flow. So if you're hopping back, just make sure you're hopping back with the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands, travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, pour it out. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back, vinyasa. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands. Travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, pour it out. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back, vinyasa. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands. Travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, vinyasa. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up. Hot out. Again, deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up. Hot out. Inhale, high on the toes. Look between the hands. Travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale to rise. Sit deep. Weight is in your heels. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. If not, set the hips back a little bit farther. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. Lift the arms up. Drop your shoulders down the back. Sit a little bit deeper. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back, vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up. Warrior one. Right foot steps. Back foot pivots around. Inhale to rise. Hips are square to the front here. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Push into the outer edge of the back foot to lift the arch a little bit more. Open up, warrior two. Deep bend in the front knee. Gaze is over the front middle finger. Send the right knee toward the right corner of the mat. Sink a little bit deeper. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior up and over. Finding length along the right side body, but keeping that depth in the front knee. Cartwheel down, frame the front foot, three-legged dog. Send it back. Knee to nose, pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Lizard lunge. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Drop the back knee and tuck the toes. Take the right hand, push against the inside of the right knee. Gaze past the right shoulder. Maybe you begin to bend the left knee. Reach back for the top of the left foot. Release the foot. Right hand plants. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Malasana squat. Set the hips back. Push with the elbows against the inside of the knees to open up the hips a little bit more. Make sure that you're not collapsing. Spine is long. Hands plant. Inhale the hips up. Heel to the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back or jump back. Vinyasa flow. Inhale the left leg up. Warrior one. Left foot steps. Back foot pivots around. Inhale to rise. Again, hips are square to the front. So pull the left hip back, the right hip forward. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Push into the outer edge of the back foot to lift the arch. Open up, warrior two. Deep bend in the front knee. Send the left knee toward the left corner of the mat. Drop your shoulders down the back. Gaze or dristies over the front middle finger. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior up and over. Again, keeping the 90-degree bend in the front knee. Finding that length along the left side body. Cartwheel down, three-legged dog. Send the left leg back. Cheetah, knee to nose. Pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Lizard lunge. Left foot steps outside left hand. Drop the back knee and tuck the toes. Left hand pushes against the inside of the left knee. Gaze past your left shoulder. If the right knee feels good, reach back for the bind, for a quad stretch. Discomfort's okay, but pain is not. Release the foot, left hand plants, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, Malasana squat. Step the right foot outside the right hand, set the hips back. Again, push against the inside of the knees, trying to open up the hips a little bit more. Maybe find a little movement back and forth. On your exhale, hands plant. Inhale the hips up, heel to the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back. Vinyasa flow. Inhale, high on the toes, look between the hands, travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen, exhale, forward fold, Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale to rise. Sit deep, weight is in your heels. Begin to hug the knee bones together, the ankle bones together, and pop the heels up off the mat, so we're hovering. On your exhale, drinking bird. Send your arms back toward the back wall. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Chest is parallel to the mat. Inhale the arms back up, chair pose toward the front. One more time, don't drop those heels, drinking bird. Send your arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull your belly button toward your spine. Inhale the arms back up. Don't drop the heels just yet. Hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plank the hands. Step back or jump back. Vinyasa flow. Inhale the right leg up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior up and over. Modified side angle. Forearm to the thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Tuck the right hip under. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Try to even out the weight between both feet. Reverse your warrior. On the inhale, cartwheel down, three-legged dog. Send that right leg back. Cheetah, knee to nose. Pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Lizard lunge. This time, see if you can keep it all lifted. Maybe you take the right knee out to the right. Make your way to your forearms. If you find your forearms, don't drop the head. Continue to lengthen through the crown of the head. You can even find movement back and forth here. Make your way back to your hands. Malasana squat. Left foot outside left hand. Open those hips wide. Push against the inside of the knees with the elbows. Hands plant. Inhale the hips up. This time, heel to the feet behind the hands. Bind your big toes with the peace sign fingers. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Draping your chest over your thighs. Bending the knees if you need to protect your low back. Bending the elbows back. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Shift the weight side to side, front to back. Release your hands back to the mat. Heel to the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Vinyasa flow. Inhale the left leg up. Warrior 1. Pivot and plant. Inhale the rise. Warrior 2. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior up and over. Modified side angle. Bring forearm to thigh. Tuck the left hip under. Gaze up past the top hand and even out the weight between both feet. Reverse your warrior on the inhale. Cartwheel down. Three-legged dog. Send the left leg back. Cheetah, knee to nose. Pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Lizard lunge. Left foot outside left hand. This time, see if you can keep the back knee lifted. The back toes tucked. Drop the left knee out to the left. Maybe you come to your forearms. Again, don't drop the head. Continue to extend the crown of the head toward the front of the mat. Pull up on the belly. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Begin to make your way back toward your palms. Malasana squat. Step the right foot outside the right hand. Set the hips back. Push against the inside of the knees with the elbows. Open up the hips a little bit more. Hands plant. Inhale the hips up. Heel to the feet behind the hands. This time, gorilla pose. So slide your hands underneath your feet. Wiggle your toes up to the wrist crease. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Melt your chest toward your thighs. Bend the elbows back. Now play around with your center of gravity. Shift the weight more into the ball of the feet and pull the belly up and in. Release your hands back to the mat. Heel to the feet back together. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. Maybe you jump back, vinyasa. So I'm going to give you just a moment here to catch your breath. Slow the breath down. Get that sip of water if you need your sip of water. You're still looking at that Lego mess. I am too. All right, guys. Slowly, we're going to make it back to our mats, back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, right knee, right tricep. Pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Right to left. Shoot it through. Optional push-up here if you need it. So listen up here. I want you to come to the outer blade of the left foot, side plank toward the right side of the room. So feet can be staggered, feet can be stacked. Make sure that your left hand's under the left shoulder. Breathe. Get those hips high. If you're shaking, you're building strength. Nice. From here, runner's lunge twist. So the top foot spins around to the top of the mat. Nice, looking good. So the twist is in the shoulders, not the hips. Lift that left hip up an inch. Looking good. Step up, revolved half moon. So gaze down at the right foot. Shift the weight to the right foot. Left arm down, right arm up. Your hips are square to the mat, but chest is spiraling open to the right. Lift the back leg a little bit higher. Breathe. With control, warrior two. Back foot plants. Cartwheel the arms open. Deep bend in the front knee. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Up and over. Side angle. This time right hand inside right foot. Extend that left arm high. Can you get the heel of the right hand all the way to the mat? And then take the left fingertips to the front for extended side angle. Begin to gaze down at the right foot, transitioning into half moon. So if it helps you to bring the left hand to the left hip before you transfer the weight to the right foot, go for it. Step up, right arm down, left arm up, flexing that back foot. Tighter is lighter. Left shoulder stacked on top of right. Breathe. Funky transition here. Stork pose. So close off that left hip. Bring the left thigh through. The left thigh's parallel to the mat. Drop the shoulders down the back. Nice, looking good. Breathe. From here, standing twist. Left hand comes to the left hip. Right hand grabs the outer edge of the left foot. Open the chest toward the left. Can you take the left arm toward the back of the mat? Continue to extend through the crown of the head. Breathe. Nice, y'all. Don't slingshot here. Headed to high lunge. So release the left knee or the left foot. Soft with the back foot plants at the back of the mat. First high lunge, so make sure the hips are even. Drop the shoulders down out of the ears, pinky spiraling in. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Pull your right shoulder back. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Continue to send the crown of the head toward the front of the room. Breathe. Nice. Twisted crescent. Twisted chair. Step the left foot to meet the right. Weight is in your heels. Again, pull that right shoulder back. Knees are even. Hips are lower than your heart. Nice, y'all. Looking good. Can you begin to peel the heels up off the mat? Breathe. You got it. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Release back. Chair pose toward the front. Exhale, pour it out, forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back or jump back. Vinyasa. Meet me back in downward facing dog. Straight into the left side. Inhale the left leg up. Left knee, left tricep. Pull it in tight. Inhale, lengthen back out. Left to right, shoot it through. Optional push up here. Moving into that side plank. So come to the outer edge of the right foot. Shoot the left leg back.
come to the right knee to modify. Right hand's under right shoulder. If you're shaking, you're building strength here. Runner's lunge twist. Left foot comes to the front of the mat. Right arm down, left arm up. Twist is in the shoulders, not the hips. Try to even the hips out. Moving into revolved half moon. So gaze down at the left foot. Begin to shift the weight to the left foot. Step up. Right arm down, left arm up. So right hand can be on a block. Maybe it's on the mat. Maybe it's at a hover. Flex the back foot and lift the back leg a little bit higher. Breathe. Nice, y'all. Looking good. Warrior two. Cartwheel open. Deep bend in the front knee. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Up and over. Side angle on the exhale. Left hand inside of left foot. Send the right arm high. Tuck the left hip under. See if you can get the heel of the left hand all the way to the mat. And then take those right fingertips toward the front. Extended side angle. Keeping your shoulders stacked. Think about this next transition, moving into half moon. Maybe right hand comes to right hip. Shift the weight to the left foot. Step up. Left arm down, right arm up. Breathe. Flex the back foot. Lift it a little bit higher. Yes, looking good. Breathe. You're going to cap off the right hip, stork pose. Bring the right leg through. Right thighs parallel to your mat. Flex the right foot. Drop your shoulders down the back. Standing twist. Right hand to right hip. Left hand grabs the outer edge of the right foot. Or maybe the right knee. If you catch the foot, extend the leg forward. Open your chest to the right. Send that right arm toward the back of the mat. Continue to extend through the crown of the head. Without slingshotting here, moving into high lunge. So release your right knee or foot. Send that right leg to the back of the mat. Up on the ball, the back foot. Pinky spiraling in. Even those hips out. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Trying to get the thumbs in the center of the chest. And then pull the left shoulder back. Gaze past the left shoulder. Breathe. Continue to send the crown of the head forward. Moving in to twisted chair. So step the right foot to meet the left. Hips are lower than your heart. Knees are even. What would happen if you popped those heels up off the mat? So we're hovering again, just like we did in Drinking Bird. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Breathe. You got it. Hold 5. I'm shaking here. 4, 3, 2, and release. Chair pose toward the front. Exhale, pour it out. Forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back or jump back. Vinyasa flow. So take this opportunity to grab that sip of water. Grab for your towel. I'm going to move my camera back just a little bit so you can see me, see more of that mess too. That's probably what I was trying to avoid there, right? All right, guys. So you can see me a little bit better in my stork pose. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale high on the toes. Look between the hands. Travel top of the mat. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale to rise. Sit deep. Weight is in your heels. Moving back toward, I just lost my words, so it's real life here, so you know that nothing's planned here. So we're moving back toward Drinking Bird. So lift the heels up off the mat, hovering, and on the count of 5, lower all the way down for both those. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Now I always say your version of both. Some of us have lower back issues that really make it hard to extend those legs and those arms. If you need to bend the knees, no worries. If you need to support yourself behind the knees, no worries. If you're shaking, you're building strength. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Take the gaze up. You got it. Breathe. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and release all the way down to your back. Full body stretch. And then pull your knees into your chest. Get that front to back rocky motion the length of the mat. And I want you to rock all the way up to standing. So get a couple rocks and feet plant. Inhale the arms all the way up. This should feel good to stretch it out. Exhale all the way back now. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back. Vinyasa flow. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up. Hard out. Let that heat go. Again, deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth up. Hard out. Second round, so I'm going to give you options here. You always take what you need, you leave the rest behind. Inhale the right leg up, right knee, right tricep. If you have the arm balance, get the leg high, shift the weight forward, bend the elbows back, maybe the back leg lifts. Take it back to three-legged dog. Right to left, shoot it through, keep the right leg lifted, you're strong, make it an arm balance. Left hand plant, side plank to the right. Take up space on the mat, maybe tree pose, separate the legs. Maybe you have a bind here, breathe. Again, if you're shaking your golden streak. Runner's lunge twist. Top foot comes to the top of the mat. Left arm down, right arm up, horizon pose. Come to the outer edge of both feet, drop the hips back, reach your right arm back. Inhale, back up, runner's lunge twist. Moving into revolved half moon, shift the weight to the right foot, step up, left arm down, right arm up. Maybe you begin to bend the back knee, reach for the inside of the left foot, and catch that revolved dancer. If you catch the bind, bring the chest up. Breathe, push through. Looking good. If you have the bind, don't slingshot. With control, warrior 2. Back foot plants, deep bend in the front knee. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, up and over, side angle, hinge at the waist. So whatever you have in the wheelhouse here, maybe it's a half bind, a full bind. Left hand to right hip crease for half bind. Right hand meets the left, underneath the right thigh for full bind. If you catch the full bind, maybe you move into bird of paradise. Left foot meets the right, begin to shift the weight into the left foot. Get light on the right, begin to rise. Once you get that right leg extended, plug the right shoulder back. Extend through the crown of the head. When you are ready, come back down to side angle. Binds release. Moving into half moon pose. So shift the weight to the front foot. Step up. Maybe you're getting brave enough to lift the right fingertips to a hover. Maybe you can take the right hand to Anjali and move your heart center. You can also reach back for that candy cane bind. If you catch the candy cane bind, keep pushing that left hip open. Breathe. Push through. Looking good. Without slingshotting here. Stork pose. Standing twist. Left hand to left hip. Right hand grabs the outer edge of the left knee or maybe the foot. If you catch the foot, lengthen the leg out. Extend the left arm toward the back of the mat. Take the gaze past the left hand. Extend through the crown of the head. Breathe. Push through. With control, high lunge. Send the left leg back. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist right. This time, maybe you open the arms. Maybe there's a half bind, a full bind. No matter where you are, try to keep your shoulders stacked. Gaze up past the right shoulder. Binds release. Take your hands back to twisted crescent. Hands are at heart center. Step up, twisted chair. Left foot meets the right. Hips are low. Maybe you open the arms here, or maybe you're going to move into that side crow practice. So we had an earlier video where we worked into side crow. So you will plant the hands to the right of the body. You're going to make the shelf for the right thigh muscle. Begin to shift the weight onto the backs of the arms. Toes come to a hover. And then eventually, you'll scissor the legs out. So wherever you are today, be there. Own it. I bet I just hovered my toes for a long time before I ever scissored. So when you are ready, chair pose toward the front. Exhale, pour it out, forward fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, plank the hands. Step back or jump back, vinyasa flow. All right, guys, how are we doing? We good? We have one more side. So, just like I said on the right side, you take what you need, you leave the rest behind. Inhale the left leg up. Left knee, left tricep split and tight. If you have that arm balance, Ekapada Kundanasana 2, get the leg high, bend the elbows back, maybe the back leg lifts, take it back to three-legged dog. Left to right, shoot it through, make it an arm balance, keep that left leg lifted, you're strong. Right hand plants, side plank to the left, take up space, last side plank. So get big here. Tree pose, separate the legs, take a bind, breathe, push through. Headed to runner's lunge twist. So top foot spins around to the top of the mat, right arm down, left arm up, horizon pose. Come to the outer edge of both feet, drop the hips down, send the left arm toward the back of the mat. Inhale, back up, runner's lunge twist, moving into your revolved half moon. Shift the weight to the left foot, step up. Maybe the right fingertips come to a hover. You can reach back for revolved dancer, left hand to the inside of the right foot. If you catch it, bring the chest up. Keep kicking that right leg a little bit higher, breathe. Nicely done, y'all. Warrior 2, back foot plants. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior up and over. Side angle, hinge at the waist. So here you can take a half or full bind. Keeping the shoulders stacked. Gaze up. If you took bird of paradise on the first side, take it on the second side. Step the right foot to meet the left. Shift the weight to the right foot. Get light on the left. Begin to rise. It's okay to wobble. Extend that left leg out. Plug the left shoulder back. Point the left toe. Extend through the crown of the head. And then slowly come back down at your own pace. You can always catch right back up with us. Side angles, binds, release. Half moon. Shift the weight to the left foot. Step up. Again, maybe you're concentrating on just lifting those fingertips to a hover, and that's okay. Maybe the left hand can go to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Maybe you reach back for that candy cane bind. Nice, y'all. Keep pushing that right hip open if you've got that candy cane bind. Breathe. Stork pose. Bring the right leg through. Standing twist, right hand to right hip, left hand grabs the outer edge of the right knee or maybe the right foot. If you catch the foot, extend the leg forward. Open the chest to the right. Extend the right arm toward the back of the mat. Take the gaze toward the back hand. The gaze changes everything. Breathe. With control, high lunge. Send the right leg all the way back. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. This time, maybe you open the arms, take a half or full bind. Our bodies aren't always symmetric. You'll find there's some things you can get on one side that you can't get on the other. I actually have a half bind on the left side. And sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason for it. Breathe. Binds, release. Bring your hands back to heart center. Step up, twisted chair. Right foot meets the left. You can open the arms here, or maybe you're going to take side crow practice on this side as well. So hands plant on the mat to the left of the body. You're using your arms as a shelf for this big thigh muscle. So Plant the hands, spread your fingers wide. Give yourself a wide base. Begin to press that thigh on the backs of the arms. Toes come to a hover. And then eventually you'll learn how to scissor the legs out. Breathe, push through. When you are ready, meet me back in chair pose toward the front. Exhale, pour it out. Crow pose or flow. So you're either going to go through a vinyasa flow, or maybe you're going to plant your hands for crow pose. We've gone the entire class without a crow pose, so it's time. Inhale, high up on the tiptoes. Bring the heels together. Try to get the knees to the backs of the arms. Begin to shift the weight forward, the gaze forward. Maybe one foot lifts, and then the other. Try to bring the toes together. When you're ready, you can shoot the legs back. Chaturanga, but if you want to hold it for a few more breaths, go for it. When you are ready, make your way to your knees. Sit back on the heels. Just take a moment to reset. Trying to slow the breath down. Eagle arms, right arm under the left. If you can't get the right, maybe just grab opposite shoulders. Inhale the chest up. Exhale, round the spine. Elbows to knees. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then let it go. Eagle arms left side, left arm under the right. Inhale the fingertips up. Exhale, round the spine, tucking the chin. Just slowing the breath here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Maybe you circle those shoulders. And then push yourself up onto your knees. Working our way into camel pose. So y'all have heard me say this in class. This is the dreaded camel pose. Most of us hate it. It's a heart opener. It kind of makes us feel yucky. And it's the same exact feelings for me. So, but I've made a big effort to put it back into my classes and into my practice. So start out on the knees. You need about a fist width distance between the knees. Place your hands in your imaginary pockets, fingers pointing down. So maybe you drop the shoulders back a couple times. And then when you're ready, begin to drop the head back on the exhale. If you feel safe enough, you can reach back for the heels or the ankles, dropping the head back and sending the hips forward. Again, if you feel yucky, you're normal, push through. You got it. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and on your inhale, come on back up. So bring your hips to your heels. Resist the urge to go into your child's pose here, because we have one more round. Begin to make your way to your knees. You need a fist width distance between. Place your hands in those imaginary pockets. Drop the shoulders way down the back. On your exhale, begin to drop the head back. Maybe this is as far as you go, but if you feel safe enough, reach back for the ankles or the heels, dropping the head back. Pushing the hip points forward. Maybe you swallow a couple times here. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale back up. Child's pose this time. Take the knees wide, hips to heels. Taking a moment to reset your back. And then begin to push yourself up, coming to your back. Knees are bent. Bridge pose. So arms are along your sides, fingertips ready to graze your heels. On an inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips up. You can interlace your hands below you, walk the shoulder blades under. Feet will like the number 11,
setting yourself up for one more round. So maybe you're going to stick with bridge pose, or maybe you move into full wheel. For full wheel or back bend, hands plant alongside the ears, fingertips pointing the same direction as the toes. So when you're ready, plant the feet, set yourself up, inhale and lift. So if you're sticking with bridge pose, maybe you walk the feet back, grab for the ankles or the heels for a bound bridge. If you're in full wheel, you're aiming towards straight arms, send your chest toward the back of the room, and try to keep those feet from splaying out. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and release all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Rock side to side. Push the small of the back into the mat. And then keep the knees pulled into that tabletop position. On your exhale, drop the knees to the right. Gaze goes over to the left. If you need a deeper stretch, you can lengthen out the top foot. Maybe bind the big toe with the peace sign fingers. Trying to keep both shoulders close to the mat. Release the bind. Inhale the knees back up to center. On your exhale, drop the knees to the left. Gaze goes over to the right. Again, for that deeper stretch, you can lengthen out the top leg. Bind the big toes with the peace sign fingers. Cycle through the breath. Release the bind. Inhale the knees back up to center. And then send the legs straight up in the air. We have a couple options for your inversion. Maybe you'd rather take a headstand or pincha. You can take a waterfall, legs straight up in the air, flexing the feet back. Or maybe you inhale the hips up for shoulder stand, support your lower back with your hands. So waterfall is a little bit more restorative. That's what I'm going to stick with here. If you have a block, you can put it underneath your hips in your waterfall, or maybe you take the arms and place them underneath the hips. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure that you're supporting your lower back with your hands, full body activation. Same thing for you, headstand and pincha, full body activation. Everyone needs to hug their knees together, their ankles together. If you are in shoulder stand, when you're ready, you can work your way into plow pose, taking the toenails to the mat or the floor behind you. If you are in headstand, you can experiment with piking the legs down parallel to the mat, and then zipping the belly up and in and bringing the legs back up vertical. So take whatever you need here. You can hear Busy Walnut Grove in the background. I apologize. If you are in plow pose, you can work your way into deaf man's pose. And when you've had enough, slowly begin to come back down. If you are in pinch or headstand, maybe you pause in child's pose to reset. Shoulder stands, take a full body stretch. And then pull your knees into your chest. Let's all meet in staff pose with our legs forward, flexing our feet back. Inhale the arms up, exhale fold. You can bind the big toes, maybe grab the outer edges of the feet. Your inhales lengthen, exhales fold just a little bit deeper. Again, inhale lengthen, exhale fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then bend the right knee. Plant the right foot right in front of the glutes. You need about a fist width distance between the right heel and the right glute. Left hand plants beside you. Inhale the right arm up. On your exhale, stretch the right arm forward. Right arm under right knee. Flip the palm.
and then left arm up and around. If you catch that bind, on your exhale, fold over the left knee. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Make sure that the left toes are pointed straight toward the ceiling so you're working both the inner and the outer thigh. On your inhale, come back up. Bring your foot with you. Rock your baby here. This is a good hip opener. We're moving toward compass pose. If compass pose is not in your practice, you're welcome to stay right here. But if you'd like, you can begin to work that right shoulder underneath the right knee. Right hand plants right in front of the hip, and that's how you pin the leg back. Left hand grabs the outer edge of the right leg. Gaze past the left shoulder. Now, I often say with poses like this, you ever have to get this pose to be a kick-ass yogi? No, you don't. But I like to give you the tools to take it where you may want to take it. Gently let it go, and then cross the right foot over the left leg. Right hand plants behind you. Inhale the left arm up, exhale, twist. So gaze is over the right shoulder. Pull your belly button toward your spine. On your inhales, lengthen the crown of the head toward the ceiling. On your exhales, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. Straighten that right leg back out. Bend the left knee. Plant the left foot in front of the left glute. Again, you need about a fist width distance in between. And then from here, right hand plants behind you. Inhale the left arm up. On your exhale, reach forward. Left arm under left knee. Flip the palm. Right arm up and around. If you catch that bind on your exhale, fold over the right knee, pulling your belly button toward your spine. And again, make sure that the right toes are pointed directly toward the ceiling. So you're working both the inner and outer thigh. Some days I say there's no place to go in this pose. And now the dog's going to bark. I apologize. Come on back up. Rock your baby here. Asking that left hip to open. Sadie. Shh. I have someone walking around outside. Okay, guys, moving into that compass pose. What do I say? Real life, right? So try to get the left shoulder underneath the left knee. Left hand plants. That's going to hold the leg back. Right hand grabs the outer edge of the left foot. Extend that left leg out and gaze to the right. So try it on both sides because we're not symmetrical. One side may be better than the other. When you're ready, let it go. Cross the left ankle over the right. Reset. If you'd like to come get her, you can. Left hand plants behind you. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Gaze is over the left shoulder. Pull your belly button toward your side. Go ahead and get her, please. On your inhales, lengthen the crown of the head toward the ceiling. On your exhales, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. Bend both knees. Reach your fingertips forward. Pull your belly button toward your spine. And then lower all the way down to the mat, as slowly as you can. When you make it down to the mat, maybe you take a happy baby, maybe another spinal twist. And when you are ready, settle down for your Shavasana. Taking the legs long, letting the feet fall open. Maybe you tuck those shoulder blades under a little bit to create a shelf for your heart.
yourself. Slowly begin to bring movement back to the body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles. Take one final full body stretch. And then make yourself let yourself fall over to your favorite side. Cradling your head with your arm in fetal pose, sign of rebirth. Take anything you may have gained during your practice out into your everyday life, but anything that does not serve you, just leave it behind. Slowly begin to push yourself up to a nice, easy, seated position. Legs crossed, eyes closed, hands at heart center. Thank you so much for letting me guide you in your practice. As always, it's been an honor and a privilege. You are strong, you are worthy, you are needed, and you are enough. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Keep showing up on your mats. Good things will happen. Sorry for all the noises. Like I said, it's real life, so we'll just deal with it. See everybody next time.